Hey, so we are Friday, January, I think it's the 5th. Anyway, it's pre-market. You can see on the time here it's 7:29. And what you'll notice on the right with the stock prices is there a pre-PRE before the stock price itself. And what that means is that we're pre-market. So what I like to do going into the day is, or before the market opens at 9:30, is I like to see if there are any significant movements in any stocks. So right now, for example, in oil, crude's up $1.45. So that's a pretty significant move up. And that usually has a direct correlation on the other oil stocks. You can see VLO is right now pre-market, low volume, trading $1.72 above its close. Chevron CVX is trading $1.26 above its close. Others are less impacted, but there are some stocks that you'll find once you start following them that tend to move in line with crude. So if crude goes up, they tend to go up. If crude goes down, they tend to go down. And there you can see that the pre disappeared from the majority of these, any of them that started trading right away and had a trade execute, and then it just flipped off for the others. So you'll see that VLO, for example, it's up 59 cents. Now, pre-market, it was up, I think, $1.21. So it doesn't always correlate directly to what it's going to open at, but it does give you a bit of an indication that it's likely going to have an upward trajectory. And that's what we're looking for. So if we get in early and said, do a market buy at whatever it is now, and then just give it the first 15 minutes of the trading day, you should see Valero go from 131-ish, probably up to the 131.50, might even get to 132. Really depends on what crude does. When crude was up $1.50 the other day, Valero went from, I'd say, somewhere in the 131, 132 range up to 130, high 134s, low 135s. So all we want to do is get in early at this with a signal from crude indicating that it's likely going to be positive, and then get out quickly. So if you got in at $1.30 or $1.31 or less this morning at open, you're now up 35 cents, and we're 1 minute into the trading day. So 35 cents doesn't sound like a lot, and you don't have to sell. You could hold, and it's dropped down to 11 or 13, so 131.13. So there's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride here, but if your belief is that it's tied to crude, it's likely that within the first half hour of trading that this stock could move up by 25, 50 basis points, which is 0.25% or 50% or 1%. And that's when we want to trade it. Now, the other thing you'll often see is that it'll jump on initial open, as it did now, and then it'll fall back down. So set your price as a limit purchase as opposed to buying at market, and just wait for the price. If the price never hits, it's like asking for a price of a used car. Maybe it's for sale for $7,000 and you want to pay $6,200. You can ask for $6,200 and maybe the owner will never agree to it. But in the stock market, there's a chance that it'll pull back. And so now you're seeing that crude's way up, but Valero's back down. It's only 16 cents above where it closed yesterday, and it closed really low yesterday. So this is a perfect opportunity to get in and buy a chunk of this at 130.40, and then hold that and see where it goes for the remainder of the day, and just have an understanding of where you want to get out. So if you want to make 0.5%, and we have to be realistic, if you want to make 0.25% or 0.5%, that's a great spot to exit in your first trade. And then you can build on that and look for other opportunities in other stocks throughout the day.